Bro, are you fucking ready for this year or what? Holy mother of God. There is so much good shit happening this year, it's gonna be nuts.
Can you not startle me while I'm eating, please?
I'm talking motherfucking Zelda. Holy shit, I'm prepared to lose everything to this game. I was there fucking creaming my jeans watching that whole fucking 10-minute gameplay today.
Hey!
What?
We gotta keep the first minute of the... gotta keep the first minute of the podcast clean. Otherwise, we can't monetize this shit.
We're not monetizing anyway. Fuck that shit. I don't give a goddamn. I'm hyped.
Alright, fair enough.
Goddamn.
So you creamed your pants.
Fucking going to the studio in like a month. I'm gonna live in my old house for like a year pretty soon. Fucking good ass movie. Got Spider-Verse coming out. John Wick 4 was a badass as hell. Got fucking Tommy Wiseau's new movies finally coming out. My God.
I was gonna try to follow up with something funny and cute, but nah, man. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff. We got a new Ninja Turtles movie coming out. We got a bunch of musicians going on tour, potentially releasing new music. New Metallica album in April. We
Dude,
got.
I don't even want to hear another Metallica song until that fucking album comes out, dude.
Well, because they keep releasing songs, right?
No, I have listened and watched them so godforsaken much for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, tell the people what you had going on.
Because yeah, I've been talking and covering a little bit of every goddamn album, and I've just been filming like crazy because I just want to get it done with.
Yeah.
And not only did I listen to like all of the last couple albums, I rewatched Some Kind of Monster, which was like 2.5 hours. I watched The Making of Death Magnetic, which is like an hour and a half. And then I watched Making of Hardwired, which is like 2.5 hours.
They had a making of Hardwired?
Yeah.
What the
It's
fuck?
like 2.5 hours. I saw it for the first time, actually. So.
Oh. And was it as enlightening as you thought it was going to be?
I mean, it's neat seeing like how shit comes together, you know, but like, yeah, I just want to see if there's anything I could talk about in the video, and I probably did, but I don't know. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Well, because you're on your channel, you're going through each and every Metallica album, song by song, right?
Indeed, I am.
Like a fucking. You're going bananas. You've gone bananas, buddy.
I am going bananas. I am pumping out content like crazy, like no other. Ugh.
Why? What is going? I was hoping we wouldn't start off on too chaotic of a note, but between this massive group text that we're both in, Siri interrupting our conversation, and both of us screaming, I think this is possibly the most chaotic entrance of a Cars Pod episode yet. Maybe second only to the one where I had schmutz on my shirt and I kept yelling about it. But this is the too bad we didn't get into Cars podcast. I'm your co-host Nick Scarpinato.
I'm David Kabushi Cars, and we got the Zagster down there, but I don't feel like picking him up. But he's there.
Oh, right. David's new dog, Ziggy. This is episode 29, and we're going to be going down David's list of favorite movies, games, and albums. So if you're a David fan, this is for all my David fans out there, you're gonna fucking love this shit. Today's car, we got a 2018, I believe. It's a 2018 Polaris Slingshot. I don't know if Slingshot is supposed to be cool, but it's got three wheels, and that's it. So that's pretty cool, I guess. It's also blue.
Blue album today.
And we're talking about a blue album today, not the blue album. Is that a Zaya shirt you're wearing?
No, it's just I have a blue hoodie.
You do have a blue hoodie. Is that one? I would go so far as to say that's probably one of your favorite hoodies.
I love this one. I've wore this like crazy for the last almost 8 years now.
Yeah, I mean, you cosplayed as Vault Boy the time we went to C2E2 in 2022, and someone called your outfit, someone called your cosplay cool. I think they liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's another guy dressed kind of like me too, so that was neat.
Right. Yeah, dude, cosplaying is kind of cool. I wish. So you mentioned Breath of the Wild 2. I've been playing Breath of the Wild like nonstop the past 2 days. I'm on what I would call a little bit of a spring break. My teaching job let us take off yesterday. I teach 1 day a week, and we had this whole week off for spring break because a lot of other schools at this point in time are taking spring break off for whatever. I always thought it happened around Easter, but I guess schools are just saying whatever. We're just gonna put it in between March and April somewhere. Because some of my students were like, I have this weekend off or I have next weekend off. So I said, well, at least you're not doing lessons Monday after school. So as part of my spring break, I told myself, you know what? I'm not watching any show right now. And I've been telling David for months, nay years, that I've been planning to finish this game. So I finally got back into it after not picking up since July of this past year, and I beat the second Divine Beast. I beat Ravanya.
Radanya. So you got Daruk's protections now ready to roll.
Yeah, dude. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, because I kept hearing Mipha's Grace activate because I kept dying. I kept fucking dying. And also the Radanya, the boss, the Fireblight of Ganon, I didn't realize that when he was sucking stuff in,
you can just throw a bomb at it.
Yeah, do you know how long it took me to realize that?
I think it's
too
like
long.
Too.
I died maybe 3 times, and it was one of those boss fights where you end up memorizing the dialogue of other characters. So I kept memorizing Daruk's watch out for that sword. And so I had my little sister over yesterday, and I kept repeating it for her. She was too busy in Animal Crossing to really give a shit about what I was doing. So I would hear next to me, 'cause she was playing her Switch next to me, I would hear all of the like the villager talk. And she was on the beach, and she was talking about like this these fish that she caught. And I'm over here fighting for my goddamn life, running around like crazy, trying not to get exploded by this monster throwing a literal sun at me. It was a very interesting parallel. So I had a good time, but I, for the better part of yesterday, avoided finishing the Daruk mission and fighting Radanya. I explored a lot. And now I'm heading into the Gerudo Valley.
You're going to Gerudo's first?
Well, yeah. Well, because I found the cliffs, and I'm in the canyon. I'm in the Gerudo Canyon, and there's some guy. I caught a horse, and I named it. Well, here. So here's the story. The timeline of events. So I tried to capture. I captured 3 horses. The first one was not 2-star, but like, you know, the little the markings that tell you how many like boosts you have.
Yeah.
I caught a two boost horse. I named it Oreo, and I took it back to the stable because Ford F-150 is for all intents and purposes dead. The first horse that I captured, and then I found another.
You know, you can just go to any stable and just like get it back, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah. Just
you
take a horse and you can select F-150 and he'll just like pop up. Like you don't have to like manually go find him.
Oh my god, that is such a relief because I I caught another horse, Ford F-250, and it was killed by it was killed by a what are they called? Guardian?
Yeah.
Yeah, shot with a goddamn laser. Because I was trying to get to a tower, and there were like 4 guardians at the base of the tower in Hyrule Fields.
Dude, out of all the time I put into that game, I've never had a horse die on me.
Yeah, well, lucky you. Isn't it nice to be someone who...
Then again, I didn't use them a whole lot.
PETA must love you, David.
Yeah.
For not killing a horse in Breath of the Wild. And it wasn't my choice, but I ended up finding another horse after Ford F-250 to take revenge on the Guardians, and I found out that you can just knock their legs off if you get close enough.
Uh-huh.
So I don't need the Guardian arrows. Although I have one still. So I took my revenge on like 2 out of the 4 Guardians without realizing there were 2 other ones. I caught another horse and I named her Debbie. So I'm riding Debbie right now through the Gerudo Canyons, and I got to I reached an impasse where there's just a bunch of boulders in my way that I have to climb over. So I left Debbie, and then I went to a temple to try to see if she would follow me, and of course she didn't, but she was still on my map. And I tried whistling for her, and I thought she would just come out of nowhere, and nah, she didn't. So now that was where I turned the game off, because I was like, okay, well, I'm not just gonna leave my horse to fend for herself. So that's where I left off. But I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and so I'm sure sooner than later we're gonna be able to talk about it on the podcast. Well, maybe it'll be a while.
No, whenever you finish it, we're talking about it. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be out of order.
Okay, cool. So I'm hoping to finish it soon. I also found I made it through the Lost Woods. I made it to the Korok Forest, and I found the Master Sword. You tried
to pull it out, and you got killed?
No, I waited until the last quarter of my last heart, and the Deku Tree was like, "You stupid fucking idiot!"
Oh, he stops you?
I told you. I don't think he stops you, but he definitely brings you back to life. Like if you die. Because he restored all of my hearts that I lost trying to pull it out.
Yeah, you need 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think I just got to 7, so I'm almost there, and I'm hoping that I can get it sooner than later, because that is a sick ass sword, and I've been training my ass so that I can use that ass sword efficiently.
Yeah, but anyway, that's talk for later. We gotta get talking.
Let's talk for. Yeah, really quickly, because I know this is the last thing that I want to. It's not about Breath of the Wild, but I figured I would bring it up because it was something that happened to me last week, or in the last couple of days. So I know usually when we go get coffee, or when I offer to get coffee, you already know what it is. We go to Starbucks. I get you you already know what it is, which is a dragon fruit mango refresher with lemonade. And every once in a while, I'll go out of my way to grab myself Dunkin' so that I make the 2 trips, but usually I don't have enough time to do both, otherwise I'd be late to hang out. But so yesterday, I went to Dunkin', and I noticed this the last time I went through the drive-thru too, but I order ahead, so I use the mobile app, and I use the dumb rewards. And I get free stuff and blah, 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 and it's great. And I ordered breakfast for myself yesterday, and I pulled up to the drive-thru window, and I look at the screen, and it says, "Welcome, Nick." And the person over the microphone is like, "Hey, Nick, your order's ready." I didn't have to say shit. And I was so taken aback, but I was pleasantly surprised. I think in my car out loud, I was like, "What the fuck? This is so cool." And I just pulled up to the window and got my shit. But Dunkin's been earning points recently. Sorry, Starbucks, but Dunkin' knows when I pull up into the drive-thru because I have the app open when I place my order. And I think Sonic kind of does this a little bit too, where like if you pull up to the restaurant where you ordered, and you press, or you put down the name of the number stall that you're in, then the screen will be like, hey, welcome back. Mm-hmm. But Duncan's doing this without me having to do fucking anything. So, 1 point for Duncan, and I don't know how many points for Starbucks. I keep losing track. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about, the technological marvel of coffee places these days. Astounds me.
Yeah.
That's probably why Treadwell went out of business, because Duncan kept taking their competition and enticing them with sweet, sweet rewards. Did I tell you that Treadwell is closed?
The place you played at?
Yeah, the place where I was working and booking music and playing every Sunday.
It shut down?
I guess I didn't tell you. Yeah,
it's a week after they let you go?
No, that was the day that they last Wednesday was the day that they shut their doors, and the day before I hosted my last open mic, but we didn't find out until the employees found out the same day that we made the post.
Wow.
Yeah, so no more Treadwell, which means I don't have to wake up on Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings and go there anymore. But yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, well, because there's a lot of good people that are put out now, because it happened so last minute. So, anyone watching this or listening to this, it's a local coffee shop. Who knows if we'll come back, but I know there's a lot of overhead fees and stuff that the owner was having trouble with. So expect me to never talk about coffee ever again unless Duncan somehow pulls another trick out of its ass, or Starbucks miraculously pulls out a miracle from their ass. I don't know why I'm so hung up on asses today. We gotta cut me off. I gotta stop talking.
Remember when this is supposed to be a me episode?
All right.
20 minutes later.
That is 100% fair.